Is Cabba the future of the Dragon Ball franchise? While talking about it is very confusing because of the vast differences of his manga and anime portrayal, I still think it is a worthy discussion, so let's talk about it. So Cabba of the Universe 6 Saiyans, a Universe 6 Saiyan, and basically the weakest of the three main Universe 6 Saiyans we were introduced to in Dragon Ball Super, as both Kale and Caulifla surpassed him in power. Is he the future of the Dragon Ball franchise? And at first glance, I actually do say possibly. But that is if we only look into what the additional material of Cabba's progression was in the anime. Because if we just base it purely off the manga, it'd be a fat no. But with the anime version of Cabba and what he did in the Tournament of Power, I think it makes it a bit more likely for him to actually be the future or some sort of a future in the Dragon Ball franchise. So let's just summarize Cabba. He's a Universe 6 Saiyan who, like the other Universe 6 Saiyans, is much more evolved than the Universe 7 Saiyans in our main universe. They naturally don't have tails. They're vastly superior in power to Universe 7 Saiyans. They're naturally good, and despite never being introduced to God powers, are able to rival people who have done the Super Saiyan God transformation. And they can attain the Super Saiyan form quite easily, even if they just heard about it. I mean, Caulifla learned Super Saiyan in its extended forms like Super Saiyan 2 in a very short amount of time, same with Cabba and Caulifla. So it is likely that Cabba could really quickly attain Super Saiyan 3 if he kept progressing. Now, enough about the power and potential of the Universe 6 Saiyans. The Saiyans of this universe are also just a bit more interesting. They just evolved to be good, became warriors for hire, but for good. They fought the evil pirates alongside Frost. So that adds a whole new layer to the Saiyans. Instead of small squads like the Universe 7 ones, they would have an army, and they are good and probably care about when a comrade is wounded or is dead, unlike most of the OG Universe 7 Saiyans. So when we first met Cabba, it was for the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournaments, and the episode and chapters we got to see him in was nothing short of amazing. It felt as if Vegeta was fighting an opposite version of himself. They had similar looks. Well, really, Cabba does look like Tarble, but he's just skinny instead of buff, and Vegeta was buff, Cabba skinny. Cabba was calm, unlike Vegeta's aggressiveness, and Vegeta started off evil in his life, while Cabba was always good. Their match really interested me because it really did show off the power of the Universe 6 Saiyans, and more importantly, their potential. Cabba, who had never even heard of a Super Saiyan prior to this fight, was able to transform in his first battle. Now, of course, he did meet all the requirements though: a high battle power, a pure heart, and S cells, and also an emotional triggering moment of when Vegeta threatened to kill him and his loved one. But also, like mentioned before, it was his ability to quickly adapt the form to go Super Saiyan 2 beyond that. It took Goku years to master the Super Saiyan form and to get the different grades. And, I mean, Gohan, he did it a lot quicker than Goku did, but also he was trained by Goku, who had already mastered the Super Saiyan form. While Cabba didn't have any trainer, he just had Vegeta trigger the transformation, and that was it. So we got a young, strong character. Now, why does this make him a viable option to be the future of the franchise, or this future of Dragon Ball? And well, one of those reasons is he's in a brand new, barely explored universe. While yes, Universe 6 is a sister universe, it is still different from Universe 7. This would give us many new characters, and would give them a shit ton of time to develop the actual other characters we have met. The Universe 6 Namekians, Kale and Caulifla, Hit, Magetta, etc. And we could get many new villains in this show, and many new villain reincarnations of villains we've already seen. Now, we already have a Frost, which is a Universe 6 reincarnation, not reincarnation, but alternate version of Frieza. What if there was a Universe 6 version of Majin Buu? That would be something really interesting to see, and really cool to see in an anime or a manga spin-off series if this ever happened with Cabba. In my opinion, putting Cabba into this universe and putting a spin-off anime or manga around him would be just very great. You could get many great sagas of him fighting alongside the Saiyan army. Imagine actually seeing a saga featuring a Saiyan army. That would be badass. Now, before I do get further into exploring the universe and the possibilities, I do need to say that the biggest reason that Cabba could be the future of the franchise is that he is Vegeta's student. Vegeta is his master. A time skip where Cabba is done training with Vegeta, or maybe even if they did a spin-off in the first few episodes, chapters, or even a saga or two, would just show Vegeta training Cabba. This would be great marketing-wise as well, because Goku's extremely popular. Every anime, almost every manga, except for the likes of Jacko. Most OVAs and every movie has Goku with heavy involvement. It would be a risk for Toei or Shueisha to do a series without Goku or even Vegeta. But if in the first 1 through 3 sagas they had Vegeta as Cabba's master, we could still regularly see Goku in the beginning, as Goku could check out Vegeta's and Cabba's training, and also have a sparring match between Goku and Vegeta, or even a student versus student fight in Oob versus Cabba. That could really jumpstart the series, and also lessen the risk of not having Goku be in a majority of the series, as they could heavily market Goku being in the series for the first few episodes or sagas, and then they could pull him out and focus on Cabba, but they would also have the actual audience already there watching it. So Cabba actually has a lot of upside, a lot of character to build, a lot of information to learn on his actual as a soldier, and wars, a massive space war, could be something really interesting to see and learn about, and he has a lot of room to grow physically. Cabba is a soy boy. He's incredibly thin, and you know how the Super Saiyan forms are supposed to make you muscular? Well, look how thin and even Super Saiyan 2 Cabba is. He looks even skinnier than even base Kale or Caulifla. Now, I found this really great fan art of a grown-up Cabba who has grown taller and a lot more filled out, and honestly, I do see him as someone who could be a central protagonist just based on looks. Now, there are multiple ways I can see this going, of Cabba being the future or something important in the Dragon Ball franchise, and that would be like a short issue manga, like a spin-off manga, a 30 to 50 episode spin-off anime series, or even its own main continuation of the Dragon Ball franchise. And what I mean is that have 2 Dragon Ball shows. Have Dragon Ball Super, which will focus on Universe 7 and maybe Universe 11 with the Pride Troopers, have that be their own show, and then have Cabba's spin-off show, which focus on many of the Universe 6 characters, and then have continuous crossovers to cross-promote the shows together. I would really like to see that. Is that possible? Yes, but is it likely? No. That's a lot of work to do to have 2 shows running at once. This could be very fresh and new, and also have very similar characters. Crossing new villains with reincarnations of old ones, a Universe 6 version of Boo, the androids, etc. What if the Red Ribbon Army on Earth of Universe 6 was a force for good, and the Turtle Hermit School was a force for bad? That would be a cool story of opposites. What if a good Saiyan was sent to Earth because it was being attacked, but the threat level was weak, and so they sent a baby Saiyan to protect it? This Saiyan is a good kid, but then he hits his head and becomes evil, and thus takes over Earth, and can be somewhat of a cross between Kakarot and Raditz, and a huge villain of Cabba's years later into the story. There is so much possibilities here, and heck, this is something that I've championed for a long time, but they could give huge focus to Goten and Trunks in this spin-off or saga, or whatever you want to call it, whatever it could be. Have them join the Sadala Defense Force. Goten and Trunks would be amazing, it would fit them so well. They could also have Trunks be the more serious side, Goten be the more the comedic side, and then also bring in Gotenks, which would be extremely hilarious. And you could easily explain why these characters would be fighting in this war. They're both Saiyans, and for Goten's sake, he could probably get an academic scholarship to one of the best schools in the universe of Universe 6, because he would be a soldier in a war, and he would get soldier's pay. Meanwhile, Trunks would likely do it just for fun, but also as the son of technically the king of the Universe 7 race of the Saiyans. Having Goten and Trunks as partners to Cabba would be a great way for them to get stronger character and power-wise, and also will give a lot of Goten and Trunks fans the service they deserve. So I do think this would be a perfect balance of fan service if done right. Just the right amount, but not too much. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this video. Do you think Cabba is the future of the Dragon Ball franchise, or not? Personally, I'm somewhat in the middle. This is a guy that could really focus on, but also somebody who could have just been introduced just for the sake of introducing a new, younger male Saiyan. Let me know what you think, guys. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you want to see more of my videos. And also, join my Discord and follow me on Twitter. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.